What's up, y'all? Here's another one for you. 2 in 1 day. Wow. Check it out. Keith the Trucker here. We're going to talk about a little bit about the border. Now, I grew up in Southern California, so I know all about the immigration stuff down there. Grew up fishing down in San Diego all the way to San Canteen. Every summer, in high school, we would start in Carlsbad and go all the way down and fish, surf fishing, all the way down to Mexico and try to sneak in. We'd even sneak into Mexican waters. So I've seen what could happen. I've been hauling produce and doing stuff in Nogales, Yuma, been right down at the border National City for years and seen what goes on. And Trump gets called a racist because he wants to build the wall. I don't get that. I really can't understand that. Why is it so hard for people to understand that we need to be able to protect our border? This belief that we should have open borders, that people should be able to walk into our country any fucking time they want is ludicrous. Where the fuck do these people come from? Without borders, you have no country. And we have social programs like welfare and food stamps and stuff like that to help our citizens, to help people that are coming into this country legally get on their feet and do the right thing. And it's, they sit there and call Donald Trump fascist because they say he's wanting to stop, and he's against brown people, racist, because he wants to stop the illegal it's an invasion is what it is, because until the laws change, they can swarm our borders and there's nothing anybody can do. They have to let them in and then go through the process, and the process has always been they come in, they turn them loose, they never come back. So we end up having all these illegal people draining the system, and they're like, oh, what they pay for. No, they don't pay near what they cost. And those that think that, you need to research and do your facts and learn that they cost 3 times more than they produce or put into the pot. Isn't it kind of coincidental that a third of the prison population, check it out for yourself. I don't make this stuff up. Research for yourself. 1/3 of the prison population is illegals. Now, I didn't make this number up, but they said, according to the FBI, or maybe it was the Department of Corrections. Excuse me, it wasn't the FBI, it was the Department of Corrections, where I read that the average cost of an inmate is $37,000 a year. Now, I've seen a couple videos where guys were talking about, wouldn't it be nice, 37% or 30% of the population in prison is illegal aliens. Wouldn't it be nice if we deported all them freaking criminals back to their original countries and took that same money and put it into infrastructure, helping the homeless, building roads and bridges and all that stuff? That's a lot of money. $37,000 per inmate. That's a ridiculous amount of money. And there's millions incarcerated. So do the math. It comes astronomical. And it's each year. It's not just a one-time thing. But there is a process. We let in over 1 million people a year legally, properly vetted people that come into this country legally. We accept more people in our country than all the rest of the world. But yet we have our borders being flooded by these third world countries that claim refugee status. Just because you want a better way of life is not refugee status. That's why they was talking about 75% of the people coming from Mexico into the United States don't qualify for refugee status. Check it out for yourself. It's a fucking lie. Anybody can claim refugee status doesn't mean they're a refugee. And that's the main thing is just because you want to have a job, find better work, or get a better way of life, or be able to feed your family, it's not the reason, not an acceptable reason to get refugee status. You don't get to jump the line of the millions that want to come into this country because you can sneak across the border. And that's what these dumbasses don't freaking get. And it's ridiculous. So you're called a racist because you think people should be coming to this country legally and use our immigration laws the way it's supposed to. Reverse it. Look what happens if you do that into Mexico. Mexico hasn't stopped it, and that's why Trump's been on their ass and actually doing something about it now. Activating, mobilize their National Guard. But there's other countries that if you're not a citizen with proof, you can't own a business, you can't operate, buy a home, you can't buy land, you can't do anything if you're not a citizen. If you're just on a visa, you can rent, you can work, but you can't own anything. Look at some of the European laws. It's just ridiculous the amount of bullshit that goes on about a simple thing is called protecting our country. You know, they just busted enough fentanyl, 32,000 pounds or 34,000 pounds of fentanyl, enough to kill the entire United States. Why doesn't that register with people? Are people that fucking stupid? I don't get it. The drugs, the cartel, and I see another video where lady didn't believe that they'd got a few terrorists in these caravans, and it was all over the news. But yet, I don't believe that. These concentration camps are, that's all Trump's doing. No, that was all Obama started that shit. Trump has not deported hardly anybody compared to what Obama did. When are people going to get the facts straight? Obama deported 10 times the amount of people that Trump has. Trump has actually targeted gang members and criminals. He just now said he's going to start working on people that have overstayed their visas, and hey, people, it's starting to get real. About freaking time. I'm sorry, I'm a taxpayer. They take 1/3 of my paychecks every week. Me and my wife make pretty good money trucking and everything we got coming in. I get tired of paying a lot of money and watching it wasted. So to me, it's about time. Does it make me racist? Nah. I got family members that are Mexican. I love Mexican food. I got Mexican friends. It ain't got shit to do with being racist. It's called I love my country. And I think America should be first. And if that bothers you, go fuck yourself. Why don't you find another place to live? There's guys like me to serve this country to protect it. And we believe in the Constitution. We believe in our laws. Enforce the laws on the book. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Or figure out a way to change the laws. Don't call people names and label them because they want to enforce the fucking laws of the land. That makes you a dick. Boom.